everyone, welcome back to this week's product review. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing for you all the new Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. Now this is a brand new formula that I believe just launched at the beginning of last month, so at the beginning of July. It comes in 21 different shades. 21 different shades, that is quite the range, so kudos to them for that. I grabbed the shade Medium Neutral. It retails for $26 both online and in stores. You can find it at your local Sephora store or online at katvondbeauty.com or sephora.com. Now there are so many claims with this concealer that I had to make a list of everything that it claims to do just to go over it with you all because it is quite the lengthy list. So this concealer claims to be super creamy. It gives full blendable coverage. It claims to wear for 24 hours. I don't ever see myself needing concealer for 24 hours, but you never know. It claims to brighten the under eye area, be able to cover up any blemishes, correct any discoloration, neutralize any kind of redness, and it can also be used to contour and highlight. Now the applicator is unique in that it was modeled after a paintbrush, I believe. It is kind of like a doe foot applicator, but it's not a doe foot applicator just because, as you can see, it is kind of bent back and there is a pointy side at the tip for more precise application, and it widens as it goes down for, you know, wider areas along the face that you wish to conceal. So I definitely appreciate the fact that they put a lot of thought into the applicator itself. Aside from that, it also claims to be infused with an ultra moisturizing Hydro Boost complex in order to keep skin smooth and nourished all throughout the day while you're wearing the concealer. And it is also 100% cruelty-free. Straight on the website, it also states that in order to get the best blending out of the concealer, that you should use it with the Lock-It Edge concealer brush. But I opted out of purchasing that. I mean, this was already $26 and the brush is $24, so I just figured that I would just go ahead and blend with my trusty beauty blender that I already own. Okay, so in order to give this concealer a fair shot, I am going to be color correcting the right side of my face, and I'm going to be skipping the color correcting on the left side of my face. I want to see exactly how it wears with and without color correcting, and I'm also going to be setting the under eye area with some loose powder. Since this concealer doesn't claim to be creaseless, I am more than certain that it will crease on me if I don't set it. So I'm going to be color correcting the right side of my under eye area, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that my right side is color corrected, I'm going to go ahead and apply some foundation before moving on to the concealer. Okay, so I am back with foundation, and now it's time for the concealer. And the applicator actually grabs quite a bit of product, so I'm just going to apply it here the same way that I would apply any of my other concealers. Okay, apply it on that side and then apply it on the non-color corrected side. Okay, now that it is applied, I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out with my beauty blender. So it applies quite nicely. It is really pigmented, so it really does brighten the under eye area quite a bit. Okay, and now I'm going to blend out the side without the color correctors. See how that compares. I really like the way that it is blending out. Okay, so right now, after initially blending out the product, I don't see a whole lot of difference between this side and this side, but that usually comes later. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set it with my trusty RCMA Loose No Color Powder. So I definitely think I get more out of the concealer when I color correct. I can definitely already kind of see some of my dark circles peeking through on this side, whereas this side I don't really see a whole lot of that happening. So yeah, initial thoughts, I think I like it better with my color corrector, but we'll see how it wears throughout the day. Now let me zoom you all in so that you see exactly what it looks like right now after applying it and setting it. Okay, I don't know if I like this very much. It's almost like a white cast under the eye because it does, or it is meant to brighten. And I'm just personally not a huge fan of you know, my under eye area looking so bright, but hopefully that will calm down as the day goes by. Right now I'm definitely liking the color corrected side a lot more than the non-color correcting side, just because I feel like you can already really see my dark circles even like over here peeking through, whereas on this side it doesn't. You can't really see them peeking through yet. So far definitely prefer the color correcting side, but we'll see how this concealer wears throughout the day. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I am back with a full face of makeup, and yeah, I'm definitely liking the side that I color corrected a lot better. I like the way that that looks. I like the way that that's wearing a lot better than this side. I don't know. Those are just my initial thoughts for right now. It is currently 11:46. I will see you all shortly for a midday review. Okay, so now I am back. It is currently 5:02, so 5 o'clock, and I'm not really loving this concealer at all. And I hate to say it because I did have such high hopes for it, especially reading all of the wonderful reviews that it has. It's just not looking great on my under eye area whatsoever. To me, the product looks a little ashy, and that could just be like the brightening effect on it. I thought I grabbed the appropriate color for my skin tone, which was the medium neutral. I don't know if I needed to go even deeper than that, but yeah, it looks just ashy. It looks kind of like a white cast underneath the eye. I don't really dig that a whole lot. And I definitely have some creasing on both of the under eye areas. So yeah, more so I think on this side than this side, but creasing's definitely there. And the product already looks like really settled and just separated. Let me zoom you all in so that you can get a closer look at what this looks like after roughly 5 hours of wear. Okay, so as you can see, it looks pretty like grayish, like ashy kind of underneath the eye. It's already settled into my lines, like I mentioned, and to me it just looks really separated. Like the product just looks like it's already settled, like it's not holding itself together. So yeah, definitely not a good sign right now. Okay, so that is it for a midday review. I will see you all here in about a couple of hours. Okay, so now I am back. It is currently 7:16, so a little bit short of 8 hours, like 30 minutes short of 8 hours, and I'm just gonna call it a night. Not a whole lot has really changed since my midday check-in. I mean, it just looks a little bit worse than what it did then, but other than that, there is nothing really new to report on, I guess. I will zoom you all in so that you see exactly what it looks like after roughly 8 hours of wear. Okay, so as you can see, I don't like it. I hate the fact that I don't like it, but this product just didn't really work out for me. I just have a lot of lines underneath the eye area that, you know, products tend to settle in, and I was just really hopeful that this wouldn't do that, and it just absolutely did. Not only that, but it just makes my under eye area just seem, I don't know, dry in a way. It doesn't feel dry under my eye whatsoever, but in my opinion, it definitely looks it. So I definitely don't like that. And just overall, like I mentioned earlier, it just looks separated, really settled. So yeah, just not too impressed with it. So would I recommend this concealer? If you have like the under eye area similar to mine and you are trying to really cover up your circles as much as I tried to cover them up, I probably wouldn't, no. Just simply because I just didn't like the way that it wore. Not, you know, having the grayish or the ashiness, having that aside, I just didn't like the way that it wore. Like I've mentioned, it just looks settled. It looks like I've worn it for an excessive amount of time, when in all actuality, it's only been 8 hours. I really hate the fact that I don't like it as much as I thought that I would. I don't know if perhaps applying it with the Lock-It Edge concealer brush would have made a difference, but that that would have made the product go up to like $50 in price, because the brush is $24, the concealer is $26. I would hate to think that you need to buy both in order to make it work the way that it's supposed to, because then it's not really a $26 concealer, it turns into a $50 concealer. And for me, that's just not okay. Maybe I'm not the type of person that wants to spend the $50 or has the $50 to spend, and I just want to splurge on the one item. So I'm not going to buy the additional item necessary in order to make this work the way that it's supposed to. I mean, I didn't think that it would make such a big difference. I hope that that's not the case, because that just would make the product all that much more disappointing to me. I hate to say that, but it would, just simply because, like I mentioned, it's not really a $26 concealer at that point, it's a $50 concealer. I hope that's not the case, but yeah, this one was definitely a no-go for me. I will stick to my Tarte Shape Tape for the time being. So thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful in some way, hopefully. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.